The cafe became a regular spot for Lucas and Jaden. What started as casual encounters soon turned into planned meetups. Every few days, they would find themselves sitting by the same window, sipping coffee and sharing stories. At first, Lucas was still his usual shy self, often letting Jaden steer the conversation. But slowly, under Jaden's influence, Lucas began to open up. He found himself laughing more, sharing ideas about his art, and even listening to Jaden talk about his photography projects with genuine interest. One afternoon, as they were sitting in their usual spot, Jaden leaned back in his chair and smirked. "You know, I've been thinking. You should come with me to one of my gallery exhibitions. I've got a few pieces going up, and I think you'll appreciate them." Lucas blinked in surprise. "Me? At an exhibition? I'm not really the gallery type." Jaden chuckled. "Don't worry. It's not some pretentious event. It's low-key, and I think you'll like it. Plus," he added with a playful wink, "there might be a surprise for you." Lucas raised an eyebrow, but he couldn't deny that a part of him was curious. Over the past few weeks, Jaden had somehow managed to draw him out of his shell more than anyone else had. He wasn't sure how Jaden did it, but he liked it. "Okay," Lucas said, trying to sound casual. "I'll come." The night of the gallery exhibition arrived, and Lucas felt out of place the moment he stepped inside. The space was sleek, minimalist, with photographs lining the white walls. People milled around, sipping wine and chatting softly, but Lucas couldn't shake the feeling that he didn't belong there. Jaden, of course, was in his element. He greeted everyone with a smile, effortlessly engaging in conversations. When he spotted Lucas standing awkwardly near the entrance, Jaden made his way over and grinned. "You made it," Jaden said, his eyes sparkling. "Come on, let me show you something." Jaden led Lucas through the crowd, weaving past people and framed photographs. As they reached a particular section of the gallery, Lucas noticed something that made his heart skip a beat. There, hanging on the wall, was a photograph of him. It was the picture Jaden had taken of him in the cafe, the day they first met. Lucas was sitting by the window, sketching in his notebook, completely absorbed in his work. The lighting was soft, with the sunlight casting a golden glow over him. It captured a side of Lucas that he rarely saw in himself. Calm, focused, almost peaceful. Lucas stared at the photo, completely at a loss for words. Jaden stood beside him, watching Lucas's reaction with a small smile. "I wanted you to see it like this," Jaden said quietly. "I wasn't lying when I said you looked interesting that day. There's something about the way you get lost in your art that's real. I wanted to capture that." Lucas could feel the heat rising in his cheeks. I don't know what to say," he mumbled. "I didn't expect this." "You don't have to say anything," Jaden said softly. "I just wanted you to know how I see you." Lucas felt his heart race at Jaden's words. There was something unspoken between them, something that hung in the air, like the quiet tension of a moment just before a storm. Lucas didn't know how to respond, but he couldn't deny the flutter of emotions swirling inside him. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The sounds of the gallery faded away, leaving just the two of them standing in front of the photograph. "I've never had anyone take a picture of me like that," Lucas admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. Jaden chuckled softly. "That's because you've never met someone who sees you the way I do." The tension between them grew, thick and undeniable. Lucas wasn't sure what to say, but he didn't want to ruin the moment either. Instead, he looked back at the photograph, trying to process the emotions swirling inside him. "Jaden, I—" Before Lucas could finish his sentence, someone called Jaden's name from across the room, breaking the spell. Jaden glanced over his shoulder, then back at Lucas with an apologetic smile. "Sorry, I've got to handle something," Jaden said. "But we'll talk later, yeah?" Lucas nodded, his thoughts still scattered. As Jaden walked away, Lucas stood there, staring at the photograph of himself once more. He couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted between them, that there was more to Jaden's words than just admiration for his art. Maybe, just maybe, there was something more beneath the surface of their growing friendship.